Hi, my name is Bryan Chin. I'm the founder of SneakerLAH, Malaysia's biggest sneaker event. And this is a story of how I turned my passion into my dream job. It was my 18th birthday. We went for dinner, walked around for a while in the mall, and then there was this New Balance store. Then I saw this like super cool looking shoe. It's a New Balance 574 transportation pack. There was only 574 made in the world. And then this is number 106 out of 574. So you're like, wow, so cool. I asked like, how much is it? It was 599. We're talking like many years ago, it's almost 20 years ago, yeah. 600 ringgit for a pair of shoes is pretty insane lah. But because it was my birthday, my mom went like, you like it? I said, yeah. And she said, okay, I'll buy it for you. And that's how I got hooked lah. I think she kind of regretted that decision as well because there's just too many shoes in the house after that. It got more and more, and then after a while she's just like, what is wrong with you? But yeah, that's how I got hooked on sneakers. I did work a few odd jobs first here and there, customer service, work in a bank, sell credit cards, sell bank loan. And then finally my mom said, hey, I've got this friend who has a real estate agency, why don't you work there? It's a pretty cool job. I think I did that for 2.5 years. In these 2.5 years of working as a real estate agent, majority of the time and money, during my free time, I will be at a sneaker store, hanging out there, buying shoes. Buy shoe and hang out with the store owner. And he's like, hey, you don't need to work one lah. I don't know lah bro, I think I don't need to work anymore. So he was like, hey, you everyday come here, chill out, you know, why don't you just work here? I was like, oh yeah. Then I was like, thought about it, screw it lah, you know, like I did work in retail when I was 15, 16 years old. I kind of like meeting people, I kind of like talking to people. So I think this is a good place to restart my life. Yeah, I did that. I restarted when I worked in a sneaker store, and we are talking like I'm in my 20s, like 24, I think 24. I quit my job and work in a retail store. If any of you watching this, you've been to a showroom, Times Square, you know the store is like super small, it's like 400 square feet. So my mom visited the store one day. It's like, what in the world are you doing, Bryan? Like, why are you doing this? I don't get it. Like, from real estate, now you're going to work in this. You know, even my back then girlfriend, now my wife, she was like, are you sure you want to do this? You know, like, we're going to get married, you know, like, you sure you want to do this? But I enjoyed it thoroughly. I really loved my time there.
How about give me that? Give me them good vibes, yeah, and you might get it back. Manifest anything, oh look at that, no cap, no snap back. It's a new era, got that balance like a Libra. Never been a diva.
Working in the store as well, you do meet a lot of people, but at the same time you also have a lot of downtime. You know, there are moments nobody shows up lah, you know, like the store opens at 12 p.m, it closes at 9. Like, who's gonna come to a store and buy shoes on 12 p.m. Monday, right? Because of that, I had quite a lot of free time. I started blogging. So I started like taking pictures, posting it up on a blog spot. You know, it got some traction, and then my bosses, they were like, hey, actually you're onto something pretty good here. You know, you should turn this into some sort of like a full-fledged website / media. A bit of discussion going on between me and the bosses. Eventually, from a worker in the store, I became one of their partners. We started this media company to talk about streetwear, fashion, music, and mainly sneakers. It's called Masses, Masses MY. I think when we started Masses back then, there was zero website that was covering this kind of content. Nobody in Malaysia that was doing it. I think it was just right time, right place, and the website took off. So much so that, you know, quite a lot of sneaker brands took note of us, wanted to work with us, and we formed some relationship with quite a few brands. And that's how, from a media company, we also started doing some agency work for some of these stores and brands.
Nah, don't try it. You can't feed me lies, won't buy it. Question everything, told them, nah, don't try it. Yeah, but you're moving like some sidekick. But you're moving like some...
So one day, a store in Lot 10 called 100%, they were like, hey, since you're an agency, why don't you figure out an event for us to attract customers and attract crowd? So after much discussion, we were like, why don't we do a community-based event? And it's something called, our idea was to do like a swap meet. In a sneakerhead term, a swap meet is literally what it means. You meet and you swap, or you trade, or you sell. We were expecting, like 100 plus people, 200 people maybe. Few hundred lah, max 500 lah. And I'll call my friends, call here, like let's do this event. Eventually more and more people like, hey, I heard you're doing event. Oh, I want more, I want to join. It was supposed to be just like 5 to 10 tables in front of the store, and then it literally become more and more until we took the whole floor. At the end of the day, it was 33 tables. We took the entire floor. At that point, right, we still have zero clue how many people would show up. All we did was we just announced it on IG and Facebook. Because I used to work in a sneaker store, I have made friends with quite a lot of celebrities, namely Nabil from Raja Lawak, and also I'm friends with No Saleh as well. These two guys, I invited them. And I was like, hey, show up for my event, just check it out, it's a sneaker event. Oh, okay, nanti saya datang. So, No Saleh arrived very early, like 11 a.m. he arrived, and he posted about his experience there. At the time, Miss Nina was there as well with him. Miss Nina also posted. And then Nabil came around in the afternoon after lunch. He posted as well. So it just grew, and then by the end of it, we were like, wow, it's so packed. It was so hot. The aircon was like dripping water. There's not enough power. There was so many things going wrong because there's so many people. And at the end of the day, we just had a tally of 17,700 people showed up on a first event in one day. I do not know how we got, but I would like to give shout out to Nabil and also No. Thank you all for coming to the event and shouting out. I think it's because of them and also the other influencers and celebrities that showed up. But yeah, it was pretty insane. I think at that moment, we were like, what in the world is happening here? Why is there so many people? I think we did not expect it. It was literally a fluke. And that was how SneakerLAH started. Did we make money in the first 2 years? No, zero. We lost money. A lot of people just don't understand the amount of effort, time and money it takes to organize an event of this scale. We have to set it up ourselves. We have to, you're an unproven event, so you have to tell the brands, hey, you just join free rental. No, you don't even need to charge them. You want them to come in, right? Like the money you get from vendors is not even enough to cover the rental of the place. I think it's because we were so passionate about the whole community, this whole sneaker thing. We were so passionate about it, and I think we were like, just okay lah, screw it lah, let's go. If we were to think about money back then, I think SneakerLAH won't be around lah. This year we will be like, okay lah, 2 years in a row lose money, just don't do already lah. So luckily we didn't. Luckily we stuck to our guns. We realized that these kind of things take time to build. So yeah, I think we are like 8 years in. So
kerajaan memandang serius situasi semasa ancaman virus berbahaya ini, dan untuk itu kerajaan memutuskan untuk melaksanakan perintah kawalan pergerakan.
Obviously we are an events company, and if you can recall, there was nothing going on. Couldn't even get out of your taman, man. It was a very, very tough time lah, I would say. Let's just say whatever money you have saved up, whatever money your company have earned over the years, that 5 years of running the event, it was just gone in months. We were still adamant on paying everyone full pay, We were just trying to pivot, find things to do. You can just see your bank account every month just and then you can't sleep at night. We shut down some aspects of the business, we let go some people, and then towards the mid of 2021, we were almost me and my partner was just maybe we should just close everything lah, and then just wait for everything to stabilize. We see where this COVID thing goes. Then my partners were like, yeah, maybe we should think about it, you know, think about closing. Then the funny thing happened is in that 2 weeks, while we were contemplating this decision, I got an email. No, actually I got a phone call from my ex-boss. My ex-boss from real estate. So he calls me, hey bro, I was out drinking with some friends. And one of my friends is a broker. They have a client who is from Korea looking to invest in this company called SneakerLAH. I was like, huh? What? Yeah, I will link you up and you take it from there lah. It's like, cool. I was like, is this a Nigerian prince scam? Like, what in the world is happening here, bro? And then they sign off the email with like, you know, the name, the company name. Wow, go LinkedIn and check. Wow, legit one eh. Yeah, there was a lot of back and forth for the deal to be signed. I think we only managed to sign on the dotted line 1 year from 2020, the mid of 2021. So in that 1 year, while waiting for this deal to go through, we were like just barely surviving. We until today, you know, I have a few, I don't know who to thank, but maybe thank God and thank Korean people for believing in SneakerLAH and the dream. But yeah, we're still alive and we're still here. And yeah, man, that was how we got out of the pandemic. Obviously, to grow the event, even though this whole sneaker culture, streetwear is a bit on the downtrend right now, but I still believe that there is so much room to grow in Malaysia, especially right now after the pandemic. Everyone is dressing a bit more relaxed. You know, when you go and sit on a train or take a bus or drive, you notice like lesser and lesser people are actually in office clothes. They're actually in a more relaxed form of clothing, and therefore the majority of people right now are wearing sneakers. Moving forward, we're also looking at opening some retail stores. Whether it be a sneaker store or whether it be a clothing store, you guys have to stay tuned. Third is we'll be starting our own brands, our own streetwear brands, like local clothing brand. I think that's the future moving forward. Overseas clothing, streetwear clothing, fashion clothing will be very expensive. Local brand will be a very good opportunity for them to grow moving forward. So yeah, I think that's the 3 pillars that we'll be focusing on moving forward. Alright guys, you know the drill. If you enjoyed this video, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. And yeah, down there, there's this button down there, yes. Not very hard, just move your, yeah, there. Press, okay? Thank you. And shout out to World of Us. Take care.